There's me, there's us. There's them. We live in Dorset. So that's me, that's her, that's them. And together we are the Bear Fam. Hey Bear Fam. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? I thought this was perfect. I'm soaking wet and I'm out in the middle of a thunderstorm. The dogs are really upset because they don't want to be out here. Ellie's at the beach. It was beautiful sunshine. And I saw the clouds coming. I thought, oh, I'll take my raincoat just in case. And I get out here and literally I'm halfway up the hill and the rain starts coming down like you wouldn't believe. I'm soaked. I thought I'll go home, and I thought, what's the point going home? Because I'll have to come out again later anyway. So I might as well just get on with it. Oh, just walked past all the bushes and that's soaked into my legs just as well as everything else. See the blue sky over there? Hang on, I'll show you. Look, it was a beautiful sunny day. And then all of a sudden, this lot arrived. Mr. Thunder started. I have to say, I've got to show you Moo. Moo just wants to go home. Moo does not like getting wet, look at him. I've had to drag him. The other two aren't best chuffed either. Haven't seen puddles of mud for a while. Wow. Wonder if there'll be any lightning. What do you reckon? Hopefully not on my head. Oh, Moo, come on. Come on, you can do it. Oh my goodness. I am saturated. Anyway, weather aside, how are you all? Ellie's back from her travels to see the Queen in London. Oh dear. I think she had a good time. Yeah, I can just see her moving up there when she's older and becoming a London girl. Oh, my goodness. I can't remember ever walking in a thunderstorm, if I'm honest. I don't think I've ever been out in a thunderstorm. It's rumbling, but I don't see any lightning, thankfully. And I'm on the top of a hill, which is probably not the best place to be. The highest point around. And all around me is blue sky. It's absolutely bizarre. Look at all the beautiful blue sky here and there. That's what it was about 10 minutes ago. Before this arrived. I keep telling myself that it'll clear up and go away in a minute, but I have a feeling it won't, so I think we'll do a very quick loop and we'll go home. I mean, the beach and down where Ellie is, there's still blue sky. I mean, Ellie's down there, so hopefully maybe she's not in the rain. But then if she's on the beach getting wet anyway, it won't really matter. So, here I am, soaking wet. A thunderstorm. What's new on the horizon? I've got 2 bedroom makeovers to show you. Well, Ellie was away for about a week and I spent the entire week. I don't think I've ever worked so hard in my entire life. Well, as hard as you can work with fibro. Look at the sky behind me. Weird, isn't it? I did Ellie's bedroom first. She wants to get rid of the bunk beds because it was getting a bit closed in for her. She grew and got bigger and bigger. So we got her a nice new bed, which I'll show you. I didn't decorate her room as such because there wasn't really enough time or energy. She had a new wardrobe anyway, and she obviously had the new desk, but we've rearranged it. So her bed's now under her window.
I bought her a lovely new mirror, which I'll show you as well, which I fell in love with, so I've had to buy another one for my room. I finally got rid of I was in her room as it was when she was about 8 or 9 when I decorated it for her, and I'd not changed anything. Because I used to be in the big room, and as she got bigger and had friends over, it became ridiculous for me to have the big room, because I didn't entertain in my room, ever. Even with a nod, nod, wink, wink. So I swapped rooms, and that was ages ago now. But as I said, I hadn't redecorated, so I've decided. She had grey sort of velvet and sort of sparkles, and I've gone for black velvet with sparkles. So I got new curtains. I didn't buy a new bed because that just seemed ridiculous, but you can buy these elasticated divan bottoms. I didn't know you could, but you can. So I've got a new bed. I bought a headboard to make it look posh. Black velvet with sparkles. Curtains black with sparkles. And I put a divan thing on the bottom. I've got new bedding. I've wallpapered a wall. Well, it was already wallpapered. I did it once before, but I thought I chose a really easy paper, but oh dear Lord, it was an absolute so-and-so. But, you know, it's on. It's not the best job in the world, but again, it's for me and nobody else sees my room. I've ordered myself a telly. You know, I haven't had a telly in my bedroom in years, and I miss it. And the more she has friends round and they want to spend time downstairs, which is fair enough. You know, I'm Mrs. Antisocial, so I needed somewhere where I could go. And I've never, you know, it used to be, oh, I'll go up and read a book or something, and it was a bit like, ugh. So I wanted to create a space where I felt that I could spend time, as opposed to just somewhere I went to sleep, if that makes any sense. So I've done the wall, I've got the mirror on the way, I've bought new furniture, I've got a new wardrobe and new drawers coming. And because she was always saying that she didn't have enough room, I've given her my old drawers, so that's doubled her drawer space. And luckily, because they're both the same set of drawers, I put one on top of the other, so it just looks like a 6-stack now. Hang on, Moo, come here, darling. Look, it stopped now. Come here, Moo. Come here. Told you it would stop. Don't be such a Dylan. Go on. So she's got that, and then she's also got my little set of drawers. At the moment, she's still got my clothes in it because I've got nowhere to put stuff. I completely cleared my room, obviously, to do all this. Huffed and puffed and shoved and lifted and dragged and, oh, you name it. Well, see, now it's stopped. Now that I'm soaking wet. I knew it would go away again. Ugh. Just wish I hadn't picked that one moment to come out in the rain. But there we go. It's done now. Yeah, let's go Chunky's way. Make it a bit longer, seeing we cut the corners today. So it's gone. The rain has stopped. Thankfully. The thunder's still rumbling. Can't see where I'm going because my glasses are so wet. Sorry, don't know where we were. I was interrupted by a baby bear ringing to say, "It's thunder and lightning on my head!" Yes, and me. And me. I haven't seen any lightning, but she could be embellishing that. Let me know if you see any behind me. But it's moving now, it's going. So, it's dry again now. Oh, my days. I do pick my moments to come out for a walk, I really do. Now it's back to a lovely day. Super. Oh well, just a change of clothes when I get in. Yeah, so I'm in the process of trying to create a nice environment. So I've cleared, my old wardrobe was literally the wardrobe I bought from Mamas and Papas when Ellie was in my tummy. So it's had a good run, but it had a really small hanging space, clearly designed for kids, you know, toddlers up to 5 really. And I've been stuck with that for years, and I was just so fed up of it. And it suddenly struck me, like, why am I living like this? Now I've got the ability, why don't I just tart the room up? So that's where we've gone. So I'm gonna have to redo the beauty room after all this, because at the moment it's just a dump zone for all my clothes and bags of this and bags of that. Hopefully by the time I finish my room, it's not finished at the moment. I can show you baby bears, that is finished. Still rumbling away, isn't it? But I can show you the wallpaper and my new bedding and so on and so forth. Don't be cutting the corners, boys. Come on, let's go this way. My goodness, it's still going for it, big style. Yeah. What's happening in the world then? The kids are going back to school. Ellie's turning 15 next Friday. Week today. A week today is Ellie's 15th birthday. My goodness, where does the time go? Okay. So she goes into year 10 this year. Although if she'd been born like a month earlier, of course she'd be going into year 11. So she is one of the oldest in her year at school. So she's tried on all a uniform yesterday without me even asking, and she's lost so much weight after the gallbladder thing. It's all hanging off her like she's a year 7 that's mother's gone out and bought uniform too big to last. It's all a bit hangy off her. Hangy off her. Go on, Jack, move your bottom. So that's coming up. So school is back. It's quite late because normally she goes back to school around about her birthday, the 4th of September. But they're going back. Hang on, 4th, 5th, 6th. Some are going back on the 7th. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. She knows. I'm terrible. You know, fibro, because I've worked so hard the last week, the strain I've put on myself, it's like the more anxious and stressed and tired you get, the less brain capacity you have to remember things. It's like stress is you know, one of those board wipes or a windscreen wiper to water being the memory and the wiper taking it away. I just can't believe how clear and nice it is in that direction now. Look, all clear and nice. And then there's the almighty rumbler. Oh dear. Anyway, I can't think of anything else I need to update you with. God, neighbours woke us up with an almighty jolt this morning, having the most enormous argument. There was banging on the walls and there was shouting and screaming. That was quite an event. I think it's a young couple that they were struggling after lockdown for money because they both do sort of, one's a cleaner and one's a tree surgeon. And I think they were struggling, so they invited another couple who were clearly having the same issues to come and live with them. That's quite a small house and they both have dogs. And we hear the two dogs fighting for a pastime. So the poor old dog that used to live there was obviously not happy to have a new arrival. And the humans joined in earlier. Yeah, there must be so many people around the country and the world that are struggling because of COVID. In many ways, you know, there's the physical, there's the people that are grieving for people they've lost, there's people out of work. And they say they think it might be over in about 2 years. I mean, when they say that, it scares me. There's something quite magical about listening to thunder. Just that nature is so powerful. Kestrel's out as well. I'll try and zoom in on Kestrel, but it'll be a dot on the horizon. There, look. Monty's little face. Wants to go home and get dry, bless him. So, that was my walk in the thunder and lightning. Not that I saw any lightning. I could have been, for all I know, but I do know that I'm absolutely soaking wet and I feel like I've wet myself. And yeah, I do remember the feeling. I remember when I was quite young, we were on a canal boat trip and we had just cleaned the barge, you know, the long boat, whatever you want to call them, canal boat, to give it back. And Mum wouldn't let me use the toilet, I seem to recall. I was desperate for a wee. And I just kept walking and walking up and down the towpath, hoping that I, you know, it's like, and in the end I just peed myself. Not that I did on purpose, it's just like you get to that stage where you can't hold it any longer, especially as a child. Oh, Kestrel's there now. He's enjoying himself. Yeah, so it stopped raining now. I don't half pick the moments to get out in the blinking dog walks, I do. I swear sometimes that the elements just wait for me to come out of the house, and as soon as I do, it's like... I decided to get over it these days, you know. Just a bit of water at the end of the day. You can go home and get... It's the days when you can't go home and get changed and you're stuck in like wet clothes walking around town or at school. Or I feel for the kids that walk to school in the rain, and you see a lot of them, and then they don't wear coats because it's... They tease each other if they wear coats. And they've got nowhere to put coats. They're not allowed to wear coats in school. And they've got nowhere to put them. So they'd have to put them in their rucksacks. But you can't put wet coat in a bag with all your stuff, can you? So, anyway, they don't wear coats. So you see them walking to school in the rain and they're sodden. I mean, like soaked through. And you think, I think to myself, you know, they're not going to learn anything all day, are they? They're going to be sat there thinking, I got wet pants. My bottom's cold, or just... Can you hear music? You know, like when you're out and you hear a fate and you can hear music. I can hear... Must be just somebody with their radio turned up really loud. Anyway, it's quite pleasant now. Oh dear. Oh dear. The water was running down this path like a river a minute ago. Now it's dry again. Oh dear. So, I'm going to have to go home, dry these doggies out. Oh, I've only got one towel. I put one in the wash yesterday. That's a bit of a pain. Anyway, beside the point, isn't it? It was nice to see you again. I haven't vlogged because I've been busy doing other things. I'll give you a quick zip round the rooms in a minute, if I remember. Should do. And then I'll leave it there. Well, I hope you're all okay. Hope you haven't missed me too much. I'm sure you haven't. There's 1,001 things to watch on YouTube these days, isn't there? I don't know when the kids go back to school. I might go back to my daily thing. But I might just keep it shorter, just do a little bit each day. Don't know. We'll see how things pan out. I have a sneaky suspicion that school might not be back for very long before it all kicks off again, if I'm honest. Anyway, take care of yourselves and each other. I hope you like the rooms, and I'll catch you soon. Sending you love, Bear Fan.